So I guess we're on. So this is Marianne. You can find me at mama_hooch. And this is the Diva of DOOL. We're broadcasting. I'm hosting tonight. Diva Carey's under the weather. You can find her at Diva of DOOL on Twitter and Facebook. We have Jen with us tonight. Hi, Jen.
Hey, I'm at REXJDK at Twitter.
And we have Miss Anna.
Hello there. I'm at Kazi Hooch on Instagram and X, and I'll probably be on mute a lot because I've got the sniffles and the coughs.
Okay, so yeah, we have two sick people here. We can't see them today, but we can see me again. So, hello everyone. I guess we're going to talk about this past week on days. Hope everybody got to see some. Anna, did you get to see?
Yeah, I got to see it.
Okay, so I guess the big thing we can talk about, I was thinking, is EJ. EJ got shot, so that's where we're on. Who shot EJ? So I thought maybe we'd go through each of the suspects and like kind of talk about how they showed that they could possibly be a suspect or who we think could be the suspect and why. So maybe we'll start with, since Anna's here, maybe we'll start with Kate. Anna, do you want to talk about Kate and her being a possible suspect and what happened? Either if it happened last week, because there was a lot of flashbacks, or maybe when she was on this week, like what was, how the scent was for her.
We talked last week about how EJ came in blasting her and got into a huge fight with her last week because she ended up explaining to Johnny how he was conceived and what happened and the circumstances that his father had raped his mother. That's how he was conceived, so on and so forth. And so at the time he started threatening her children, and she said, "If you hurt any of my children, I will." I don't remember her exact words, but basically, I'll kill you. I'll cut a bitch, so to speak.
Right.
So she was not messing around, and then um, and then so this so let's see. So this week it was. Then she got a call this week that Rex was in a hit and run accident in, I guess he's in Chicago. And so she immediately thinks, he's doing okay, thank goodness, and all this stuff. She calls Roman, but she starts thinking, what if EJ hired someone to do that, like to try to take out one of her kids? So she immediately goes to her mind that EJ, could do it. And of course, of course, all of Salem's carrying around guns right now.
Yeah.
Of course. And so, and then, she tells Roman about it and everything. Well, of course, at one point, speaking of Roman, of course, he's livid as well. And it just brings up how angry he's been with EJ for 20 something years, knowing that he raped his daughter and all. So anyway, so I don't know if you want me to go into that as part of the Cayman stuff, but they did have some cute at the end of Friday. They did have some cute hugs and touching and stuff that the Cayman fans enjoyed. No kissing per se, but definitely some affection. Some Cayman affection, which is always nice. And there was, and then when Ava was saying goodbye, she was saying, "Well, I'm glad you guys have each other and all that." It was just there was definitely, amongst all the other shenanigans, there were definitely some nice scenes with Cayman. And then at the end of Friday, what was kind of weird as far as Roman goes, Kate was like, "Well, I'll go upstairs." And Roman said, "I have a few things.
We can talk about Roman. He's another suspect.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Okay. You can tell what happened with Roman.
Well, he, of course, he's been mad at EJ too. Of course, they're trying to make him look like he did something too. So earlier in the day or week, he and Johnny had been talking, and he made the comment about how, well, of course, every small business person's got to have like a weapon or something on hand. He kind of reminded Johnny about the the gun that he happened to have conveniently
Okay.
locked up in the bar area. And so I think we were all probably thinking, I mean, I know I was thinking, well, Johnny got the gun,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
but
Right.
then at the end of the episode on Friday, uh, Roman says, I'll be up in a little bit. I just need to do some quick cleaning up down here. And then I'll be up and we can talk about this more. And he went right over to where the gun was kept. And I thought he was going to be surprised.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be
Yes, when he
missing.
opened it up. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
it shocked me when he actually put the gun back in the box. So,
okay, now I have a theory. I don't know. See what you guys
oh,
think.
okay.
Okay, so it kind of, when you see that, you think, okay, because before that we saw Johnny looking in the thing, and we all think Johnny took the gun.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe Johnny had second thoughts, put the gun back,
Yeah.
put the gun back, and
Mm.
Roman took the gun, and maybe it was Roman that shot EJ, or Johnny took the gun, and somehow Roman found out or
Uh-huh.
witnessed it and got the gun or something and put the gun back to protect Johnny.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So
Good question.
okay. So what do you think, Jen? That's
I
kind of between Johnny and Roman with the gun.
If that's the same gun.
Yeah.
That gun kind of looked different.
Okay.
Well, Roman would have noticed though if it
You
was.
would think Roman would know.
Yeah. So it's like somehow Roman got that gun, or did Johnny ever have it in the first place?
Yeah.
Or did Roman find it, or did Roman do it? So there's a little twist there with those two. It's like with that gun.
Yeah.
They're making you think.
And we know that Ava didn't take it because Ava threw her gun in the trash
Yeah.
bin.
Yes.
She got a
So,
gun from
So she's
Melinda.
another, right? Do you
so
agree she's another
I
suspect?
personally don't think it was Roman.
No.
But
No.
yeah.
I kind of got like 11, 12 suspects that they're kind of showing that it could be. And then
Who are they not showing?
Yeah,
Like
who are
Rachel?
they not showing? I know. But definitely my ones that I came up with were Johnny, Ava, Kate, Roman, Gabby, Belle, Kristen, Chanel, Pauline, Rafe, Jada. So, but we'll see.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Johnny, that's my first guess is Johnny. Johnny wasn't too shocked by his dad being shot. In fact, he didn't even care, really.
He didn't really have a great alibi.
No.
No. And of course, EJ knew who it was. Of course, he knows all these people. Because he said, what did he say? Something, what do you
He
want?
was surprised. Well, it was like he was surprised. Like, what are
Yeah.
you doing here?
Yeah.
So that made me think it was somebody that he'd be surprised would show up. Now he would be surprised that Johnny would right now.
Yeah.
But
Or Johnny would even
know.
try to shoot him. Yes, he would be surprised at that, I think.
Or could it be Rachel?
Well, I don't know. I think because they're aging Rachel, right? They haven't aged her yet, have they?
No, the new one hasn't been on yet. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now it seems like it's not Chanel and Pauline, because it seems like they were together talking when this happened, right?
Right.
But yet, do we know that timeline? But then they're giving them reasons.
It said on the episode sometime later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, but I agree though that they found out he was shot while they were sitting there talking.
Yeah.
And they were both been there for quite a while.
Yeah.
I mean, they're trying to make Johnny look like the guiltiest one, in my opinion, which means it's probably not going to be him.
Yeah. And then, but they're also giving Chanel and Paulina a motive.
Yeah.
Paulina, because, and Chanel because of him, all the trouble with her not getting the baby. Same with Paulina. So,
right.
So those are those two are a long shot,
But then she was so concerned when Johnny told her. She was like, "Oh my gosh!" And then she got up to go. Like she seemed very sincere, wanting to get up and go to the hospital. And Johnny's like, "Well, I'm not going to go. I don't want to see him."
And Ava's leaving town, so
yeah, They make her look guilty too.
Yeah.
They really make her look. The ones they make look the guiltiest, I think, are Johnny, Ava, and Gabby, too.
Yeah.
Mm.
But also, if you think about it, how big of a deal would it end up being if it's Ava? Because, like, she's
Yeah,
technically leaving,
she's gone.
and it's like,
Yep.
what ramifications would that really have? I think it has to be somebody who there will be ramifications for story. You
Right.
know, like if it were like a teenage Rachel.
That's what I'm
Or,
thinking. It could be Rachel.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm wondering.
Or it could be somebody that they didn't set up as a suspect.
Yeah.
Right.
Say, because
he did say something like, "What are you doing here?" or something, and it was like, if it had been Rachel,
Mm-hmm.
she was home. She had been home, so it wasn't like she could have come downstairs and done it because Kristen said she had gone upstairs to check on Rachel.
Yeah, Kristen and
At one
Rachel were
point.
home. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
when JJ was interviewed. That's right. And Kristen has motive, and she kept
Yep.
going for her gun, and she's mad because she knows she took her mom. So
But she also knows if she shot EJ, she'd never find her mom.
Yep.
You know, so it's like, okay, yeah, I could see her acting out of anger, but at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
I did like how was it EJ when JJ was interviewing her, Kristen, and she said something. She said something like, "You really think I would try to kill my brother or something?" And or the way she made it sound like she was this innocent flower, like that would never consider killing anybody.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, I don't remember his line, but it was something like,
He brought
well,
up
let's
places
think
that,
about his history here."
things that
So,
she had
Yeah.
done before.
Haley and Victor.
well, and
Yeah,
especially he's like,
Haley.
well, basically she killed Haley and his
I thought
girlfriend.
about her. Yeah.
And then she said, that was an accident. That was, and then he mentioned somebody else, didn't he? A
Victor.
couple of others. Oh,
Victor.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, my sense is it's going to be somebody for which there will be ramifications to the other characters. EJ's probably going to live, I
Yeah,
guess. And so
because we did
he's
find
probably,
out he's in a coma.
yeah, I had a feeling
For
they'd
how
have him,
long?
yeah,
We don't know.
medically induced coma for now. Now,
Right.
he did react violently when what didn't was it JJ? Who was it that did they mention Johnny? And that's when Chad.
Chad was
When
there.
Chad
Yeah.
mentioned Johnny, was it? And EJ went off, like started freaking out on his.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Hot
That,
Caesar.
Oh, did
yeah,
he say he called Johnny? He called Johnny and
yeah.
Yeah. Johnny's
Said he
on
was
his
on his
way.
way. Just
yeah.
he was assuming Johnny would come, so he was he thought he was reassuring EJ that he was on his way, and EJ
Uh-huh.
started freaking out. But
Another
that could have
reason it
just
might be John.
been.
Yeah.
So it could have been because it was Johnny that shot him, or it could have been that it was just upsetting to him because of because Johnny had said he was dead to him. So it could have been like he was reacting to the emotions, or he could have been reacting to the
So
person who tried to kill him.
this is like the third time EJ's been shot. Remember, Sammy
Yep.
shot.
Yeah, I
Wait,
know.
no. Sammy
Will
shot
shot him.
4 times.
Like, and how much do we really care who did?
Okay. Yeah.
No, but
Sammy shot him. Will shot him. Clyde
and of
shot
course,
him. And now this is 4 times,
and
right?
of course, and of course, Gabby is all over the place going, I don't care,
Oh
like
yeah,
she's like,
in front of
good,
Leo.
I hope he dies and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I don't know. I just kind of feel like the people are the most obvious.
Okay. Then
Now
we.
I don't know what Rachel. Oh, the only other I did think of Sophia for a minute.
Yeah. Could be.
I did actually think of Sophia because
Kate.
if she was like
Yeah.
wacko, like they could say she was like extremely stressed because this adoption thing fell through because of him,
Mm-hmm.
and she could be like, because of you, I'm not able to give my child to have Johnny and
Right.
raise
I
them.
said.
So
Yep.
I did actually think of Sophia at one point, and
Could be.
so that would have ramifications. Tate would have ramifications. Rachel would have ramifications to a bunch of people.
So with
So
Johnny,
I just,
yeah, being
yeah,
the
and
son,
well, and Johnny would
his mother,
too,
yeah,
except for, yeah, Johnny would too. I don't know.
I don't
I
know,
almost feel like it's too obvious, though. That's the only thing. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. How
Then
about
there's
Sammy?
I
Sammy,
thought about that too, but I don't think that would, as much as she stood by him,
yeah,
and everything after he was burned and all that stuff. I just don't think they would bring her back for that. They'd bring her back, but not. I don't think
yeah,
to do that.
yeah.
I don't.
Well, we'll go on to that later. It's in the previews, but then we have Belle too. She could be a son.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know, she's pissed off at him, but um, Chanel
Sean?
Helene. Then there's Rafe and Jada. Okay, Jada with the gun and being drunk. Anybody? Did you see that, Jen?
Yeah.
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 She lost her gun. She had the holster and she thought she left it in the desk. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
You
Did
think she
she?
locked it in the desk? We don't know.
I don't know. So, or did she lose it? Was it her? Because she definitely has motive.
Oh yeah.
Ashley, so does Rafe. But also Rafe he planted a little recording thing.
Yep.
So I'm thinking that might have who the killer is if he
That's
goes
what
and
I'm
puts that
thinking.
back. Because I think when he left, because he remembered that he did that
Yeah.
when he put that in there. Because he did that to spy on EJ, but it might have who the killer is. So,
That's true.
yeah. But also Rafe has motive to do it
Yep.
too. But I even put Sean down. I
Yep.
don't know why.
Because EJ
Jada.
Oh.
Because what? And
EJ,
Belle.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
EJ stuff with Belle.
Right. And then also Jada, what he did to Jada.
Yep.
Sean likes Jada.
I like
So,
Sean and Jada.
yeah. Better than Rafe and Jada.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, now Rafe is still mad at her, and everybody's trying to, try to reason with him why she did it, like
Yeah.
Habe and who else, Sean or JJ. I don't know. They're all trying to tell him. Nobody knew,
Yeah.
but she should have known. I agree. She should have known.
Now, my question is: does Ray
But then,
figure out who it was based on his secret recording? But in order to
right?
protect them, say it was Jada, say it was
Yes,
Johnny,
Johnny. Right. That's what I'm
say
thinking
it was
too.
Gabby.
Or Gabby. So there are people that he would protect.
Yep.
And those three for sure that he would. Yeah. So I don't know. That's true. Yeah. So, let's see. That's anybody else have any other suspects? I know you guys added Rachel and Sophia.
How about the other Rachel?
Yeah, she could have escaped and
Yep.
come after him. Yeah, Kristen's mom. Yeah. Let's see, what else were they? Oh, I had something. You know how you have it and it goes right
Yep.
out, right out the back door.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's all the people that it could be.
Could it even been the vinegar guy that came back from
Could
wherever he
be.
was
Well,
hiding?
yeah, could be.
Could be Harold.
Harold's had enough of EJ. Put up with it. Harold doesn't even answer the door. I think they showed it this week one time again. Somebody, EJ turns around, he's looking and he goes, oh, okay, I'll get the door myself. All right. Any other comments about the shooting? Did we miss any interactions? I mean, they did the flashbacks and they set up everybody. Couldn't be Leo though. Leo or Harvey, they don't really have any motive. How about Chad? Do you think Chad has a motive? EJ should be mad at Chad. EJ should be mad. And Chad
No, I mean
went there to
he's the
talk
one
to him.
that came upon him after he was shot, and I don't think he would have
Nah,
reacted the
nah.
way he was.
Right.
But here's another thought: almost everyone that we've noted would have had to that like Kate would have had to drive there. Her car would have been seen. You know, Ava, same thing. Somehow, even if a ride share or whatever, on our way to the airport, she would have had to show up. They all know there's cameras everywhere. So it's almost
Yeah.
like it makes more sense if it's somebody. Of course, the cameras could also show 18 people who hate EJ walking through,
Oh
and
yeah.
which one of
Well,
them
it's
did it,
actually the whole town of Salem. They even kind of brought that up. It's just
Yeah.
like almost everybody in Salem.
Except for Chad.
But
Yeah.
I do wonder if it'll come down to like a like Sophia's just become off her rocker, desperate because they had it all figured out, and now she's about to have this baby, and now she doesn't know what's going to happen, if
Still
she's
say
gonna.
it's not Tate's. I still think she slept with him.
Oh.
I don't know. That's just I just been thinking, and I just been seeing that online too. I just been seeing that in rumors and
Huh.
stuff. But either that or she wants Tate. She might like this. Like this might work out better for her. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I
Who
don't know.
knows? I don't know.
I don't know.
So I'm almost thinking Rachel, because she was already in the house, or
Mm-hmm.
and she could have she's so smart, she'd figure out where her mom's gun was or anybody else's gun. And
Mm-hmm.
then or Sophia. I don't think it would be Tate, because I think he's a pretty pivotal character to have on, but I don't know. It makes me wonder, okay, if it's Rachel, it has a ripple effect through a lot of
Yeah.
through a lot of family members. And
True.
then they always end up getting off eventually. So
Right.
it's not like it would be the last we'd ever see of Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, EJ might even think about that too. Belle is the DA, is her aunt, and like the whole nepotism thing in town. So who knows? But I mean,
Yeah. It's. I'm
I
just
don't know.
wondering how long will
But
it'll
because
take.
what it could be, would it be an interesting twist though, in a way, although I know saying the word Rafe and interesting in the same sentence is an abomination to you, Marianne. But it would be interesting if it was Finnegan that shot him, but everybody thought it was Rafe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I have to give him credit because I could see the difference between Rafe and Finnegan. There was a difference.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he did a little better there, but still.
All
But
right, but Jada wasn't there in town the first time Finnegan was there.
no.
So
Yeah. I don't know. And I can see Jada, I mean, Rafe is so upset with Jada, like that she could even believe that he would do that. I think that's where Rafe has the problem with Jada. Why she didn't see the difference. But there's a lot of, like, Brady didn't know the difference between Kristen and Cole. And
no,
even Anna didn't know the difference between Tony and Andre. So there's different,
actually, Anna did.
and it did, but she still thought it was Tony.
Yeah,
But yeah, she did question. She saw the little bit difference. Yeah, she did.
she said he's like kissing a dead fish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but anyway, so that's the whole EJ. So we'll see what happens there. And the only I'm trying to think the only other storyline. Let me see. The only other story. Oh, we had the John and Marlena and Steve story too. They kind of went to that. So John and Marlena, Steve and Marlena went to find John, and they break into the room and they see this guy like shot. Kind of looks like John. They thought it was John, but it was this other professor or something that's trying to get these. I guess the whole idea is the nuclear weapons, I guess, is what they were after. Orpheus, right? That Orpheus was last week, right? When Marlena found him, okay? And for some reason, Marlena got the drop on Orpheus. Can you believe it?
And
tied him up.
Yeah.
Come on.
And
Really?
Andrew turned his back on him. Really?
Yes. Yes. And Andrew turned his back on him, and Orpheus got So Orpheus got away, right?
Yeah.
I remember he got away. But what do you think about Marlena? Come on.
No,
77.
Orpheus didn't get away. Paul shot him.
Oh, yeah, right. Paul came and got him and shot. Yes. Okay. So Paul came back. So in the meantime, they find out that it's not John. So I guess what, Steve and Marlena are still going to go look? They're going to
Yeah.
look.
They found the name Rosebud or something.
Okay, yes. And they're trying to figure out what that meaning has. Did they figure that out?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, and
Yeah.
that has to do with Citizen Kane, but
I
I don't remember what
I
the
said, isn't there something with Rosebud
yeah,
in
it was
Citizen Kane?
Citizen Kane.
Yes, but I
But
can't remember.
I don't know how that's supposed to relate to the name of this project.
Or does it have anything to do with the project?
It might not.
Rosebud. Is it like? Is it
A red herring?
Yeah, we have a restaurant that's called the Rosebud. So it's just like, okay, that's what I think of when they say that. But yeah, so they're still on the lookout for John. So I think they're I guess this will drag for a little bit because I don't know exactly when they're going to find out what happened to John. So there's still hope for Marlena that he's still alive. Yeah, so Paul and Andrew were back. And Orpheus still, Orpheus is the one behind it.
Yeah.
I still can't believe Marlena, she got the
Like,
and managed to tie him up, but not good enough.
yeah, her purse ricocheted a bullet. Really?
Oh yeah, she put yeah. I don't
What
know.
was in that purse?
I don't know. So, I don't know. This week, did we have Holly and Tate stuff, or was that last week?
Last week.
Holly and Tate. So, and the whole stuff with Alex and all that. That was last week.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so mostly this week was the EJ and John and Marlena stuff?
Yeah,
Was that it? Pretty much? Because those are kind of the storylines that are kind of going on right now. Okay.
Oh, you also have a couple more suspects.
Oh, who's that?
The Kyriakises.
Yeah.
They want Demira Enterprises.
Right. I do see in the previews coming up that now they're getting together that this is the time to strike because the Demirs are in a crisis because of EJ and Kristen. So they're thinking this is a good time to do their takeover. And we do see a return. Sammy's back, Vivian's back, and Rex comes back.
Okay.
To visit. Yeah, Rex has his arm in a sling. So yeah, it's good. Always good to see Vivian back. She cracks me up. I like her. Louise. And Sammy.
Robin.
Yeah. Well, I guess Sammy comes back because of EJ being shot, and she comes into the hospital room and bells with EJ.
Yeah.
So now, do you think think Sammy finds out that they slept together? Nobody would have told her, right? Or how would she have found out? Anybody think she would have found out?
Probably. Nobody keeps a secret in Salem.
Yeah, I don't know. And wait, I want to see when she finds out. That the secret came out about Johnny. She gonna be mad at her dad, or she'll blame it on Kate.
Oh yeah.
Well, give up because Kate's the one that told her.
She never stays mad at Roman long.
Well, no, and yeah, it's just she'll blame Kate for sure. So we still have to know who shot EJ. Xander still doesn't know.
Nope.
Everybody's covering up. Now we have Alex covering it up.
Yeah.
So they're all playing along with that, which that's going to come out sometime.
Yeah. I was impressed that Jada also told the truth.
Yeah.
And no one else told.
Uh-huh. So
Jada and Stephanie actually told the truth.
The truth, yeah. I know. I was surprised at Stephanie.
Yeah.
When she came clean with Alex.
I'm like, Could she really be Steve's daughter?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what's good. I don't know. I'm trying to think what else there was. I know there was some good lines. I mean, different things. And they did bring up about EJ the different times he got well, especially with Clyde being
Yep.
Did they say anything about when it was Will? And actually Lucas, right? Lucas covered for Will at that time.
Lucas was the one who covered for Will.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm wondering if anything like this, if it's John. That's why I was thinking, is it Roman maybe covering for Johnny? I don't know. But I really do think Rafe, it could be one of those three, somebody that Rafe would protect.
Yeah.
If he goes and finds, because he's the only one that knows that he has that recording thing. So
Roman could also cover for Kate.
Right.
Or Kate could cover for Roman.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. Oh, and then we did have JJ flashback suspecting he has his doubts about Gabby.
Yeah.
He keeps thinking about when Gabby did point the gun at EJ.
Yep, and no one was home at Gabby's.
Right. So I think he's kind of suspicious of Gabby, and Gabby's so hot-headed, and she's the one that, like, it seems like it would be her.
Yeah.
More so than some of the other ones. But I don't know. I thought they did a good, I think it was how they set up each person and gave you an idea of why you might think that it was them. So, So in a couple of months, we'll have Tony and Anna coming back. So, although I think I don't know if the whole EJ storyline will still be going on at that time when they come back. It still might be. And and that's around the time with John too.
Yeah.
It's in June. So, anything else?
Not that I know of.
Oh, we had Kat and Chad, they're trying to get them two together. Yeah.
I actually like them both. I don't know if I like them together.
I don't know. It just seems they can't find somebody for Chad. Well, of course, we know that Billy Flynn's leaving. Now, whether they recast Chad, they just might recast him. I don't know.
Yeah.
That'd be hard. I mean, this would be what, the second Chad? The third Chad?
Second or third.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah. It's something when Sammy comes back, it's always like a hurricane blowing in.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I gotta share this. Did you guys see Brian DeTillo's post?
No.
On April Fool's Day?
No. What did he say?
He posted a picture of him with his wife and his daughter, who's getting so big. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
It's like she was just a baby a while ago. And she says, we've got great news. I just got signed to a new 3-year contract with Days. And then so like right away Christian Alfonso starts congratulating him and all. And then the next one's Brandon Barash, and he has a laughing emoji and a clapping emoji. So I was like, wait a minute. And because at the end of Brian's post on Instagram, he says, think of what day it is or something like that. Well, I was looking at it 4 days later, so I didn't immediately think April Fool's. But then when I saw Brandon laughing, then I started reading more comments, and they're like, "Oh man, you got us," because And I was thinking, I almost said, "Well, we all know how good 3-year contracts are around there."
Yeah.
So, but I didn't, of course. But I did have this, like, for a second I was like, "Oh my gosh," and then I was like, "Wow, do they think Days is gonna last that long? I hope, but I don't know." You don't hear anybody else getting 3-year contracts right now, so.
No.
But anyway, that little stink. I think I posted something like, "You little stinker."
Yeah.
I sure do miss Lucas, and I wish he was coming back soon.
I wish Lucas would come back.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I don't think I have anything more, because basically it was those couple storylines this week. It's mostly centered around EJ and Marlena and Steve, Paul and Andrew.
Oh, okay. I had a question. So
Uh-huh.
on this, okay. So there was one point where EJ's at home, or Rafe is at home. He's
Okay.
drinking a beer, and Javi shows up.
Right.
He's in the fridge, and he's like, "Well, where'd you go?" Or something. And he says, "Well, I went to get a beer." And he pulls a beer out of the fridge and says, "Well, there's beer in here." And Rafe just says, "Oh, I didn't notice," or what? I guess I didn't
Yeah.
notice.
Mm-hmm.
So of course they're setting him up. But was that when he went? Was he gone because he had gone over to the mansion to get his device back?
No.
No, he
He
No.
went
went after he talked to
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
He went after he talked to Hobby.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. He just came in like he was all,
Yeah.
upset. But between him,
Mhm.
he was drinking and Jada was drinking. They showed
Yeah,
her
and he was
at the bar.
upset about her and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then Sean did offer for her to come. He didn't want her driving or what. Offered to her to come to his house.
Yep.
I'm there. Oh boy, here we go. She's gonna go, and somehow Rafe's gonna catch them. But I guess she said
Yeah.
no, right? She didn't go.
But I mean, Rafe does
Right.
have a lot of reason to be completely angry and disgusted with EJ on top of all the other history
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
because he just lost his girl. He just lost his fiance, the love of his life, supposedly,
Right.
because
Did the same thing to him
he
again.
was kidnapped. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean, yeah, he has just as much motive
he
as the
he
others.
has in other words, he has fresh EJ hell.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to all the past history. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I still don't think it's him, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think it's somebody they didn't necessarily show yet
Yeah.
that might have had
Oh,
motive
here's
or something.
yeah. This is just another random thing. This is about Carson Boatman. I was just like, I look at him, and I keep thinking, oh, he reminds me of like somebody. Well, there was like an old episode of Bonanza and Little Joe,
Oh, Michael
Michael Landon.
Landon?
Yes,
Michael Landon,
when he
yes.
was Little Joe, I'm there. Oh
Yes.
my God, that's who he reminds
His
me of.
cheekbones and stuff. Yeah.
I think it's the hairstyle,
Yeah.
the face. It's
Yeah.
like he
I
looks like a
see it.
young Michael Landon, like a little Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know they're rebooting Little House on the Prairie?
Oh, no, I didn't know
Yes,
that.
they're with like different actors and actresses.
Yep.
Yeah, like doing another.
Oh,
Yeah.
I used to love that show.
Oh yeah, I watched that.
That's cool.
I probably know all the episodes. I mean, more than
Yeah.
once
Oh,
Probably, yeah.
through the years. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's who he reminds me of.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's true. I can kind of see
if you go
that.
back in
Yeah.
time, you look like Little Joe. You put
Yes.
that
Wow.
outfit on him with the green jacket.
Uh-huh.
uh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was just yeah. And he has
Yeah.
two little. I think he has two little girls now. I think he has two
oh,
kids.
Aw.
wow.
He just had another. I think. Anyway. All right. So that's what's coming up next week, I think. I guess.
I forgot to look at the promo. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Carrie had sent the
Uh-huh.
promo, so we have that to look forward to. So I guess Kyle Loader is taking a break from his broadcasting to
Oh, okay.
come back for a
To
little
come
bit.
back
They
for a
let
little
him do
bit.
that. Guess they're letting him
Oh,
do that.
good.
So
Yeah, or maybe it's on a vacation or something.
yeah,
Just,
he's yeah.
I think it's kind of that's. I think that's great.
Yeah, that's like two different careers for sure. Two
Oh,
different.
yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, he sings.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a singer too. I mean,
Yeah. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
My question
Interesting.
is, where is Justin?
Oh
That's
yeah,
a good
him and Vaughn
point.
haven't been on
Yeah, that's weird.
Justin for a long time. Yeah, I don't know.
Hmm. Yep. But I can't think of anything else for this week that
Yeah,
comes to mind.
no, I think we covered most of it. I'm trying any other scenes that people. Yeah, everybody was talking and intermingle with different scenes together. JJ, I guess JJ and Gabby are still. They're just kind of new. Yeah,
Uh,
and we know everybody knows they're trying to get Doug and Holly together and
uh,
Ian and Tate together.
I don't like any of them.
And then
Holly.
Kat was talking about her brother, Mark Green and Aaron, So I don't know. Maybe they'll be back. So
That was a little cringe though, because when you realize what all the things those people,
did,
I mean,
yes.
she's talking to with like affection about somebody that really caused a lot of upheaval for Kayla and
Yeah,
everybody.
everybody forgave Cass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Oh.
yeah.
Oh well. Well, I guess that's it, ladies. I don't know.
Yep.
No, no. This like I'm new to this, so can we just leave?
Um, I, I'm not sure. Here we are trying to. I think you stop. I think you end or something, and then we
But I
wait.
have no control of the dash of
Oh,
the board.
oh,
Carrie did.